In this module, we're going to be covering how to order or use food and drinks for your event. The first thing to think about is whether or not you're going to use on-campus catering through Harvest Table or Brandeis Hospitality, or if you're going to work with an off-campus vendor or restaurant to cater your event. For on-campus catering, as I said, you'll work with university events, the Brandeis Hospitality team, and also the Student Union Treasury team in order to place the order. Whereas if you're ordering from off-campus, it will vary a little bit depending on what restaurant you're using, whether or not they'll take an invoice or a credit card, and then you'll still work with Student Union Treasury to help pay for that order, whether it's online or over the phone. A couple things to note when using food and drinks at your event at any time is that you do have to have a custodian booked through university events, no matter what type of food or drinks that you're having for your event. Additionally, please note that food and drinks are never allowed in any classrooms on campus. On the screen, you'll see the on-campus catering process, the different steps that you'll go through in order to order on-campus catering. These can also be found in the Student Organization Handbook. First, you're going to fill out the Harvest Table request form in order to share details about what you want included in your order before you meet with Student Union Treasury. This form does not go directly to Harvest Table. It really goes to Treasury and allows you to think through what you want before you actually meet with them. Also, before you meet with Treasury, you're going to put in a payment request on campus groups. This should be for the total amount that you have allocated for food, however much a board approved during your marathon process. It's okay that that's not the actual amount that you're going to spend on food. This is just to put in the payment request ahead of time, and then Treasury will edit it later. So after you've done these two things, you can go ahead and schedule a meeting with Student Union Treasury. And when you're at that meeting, they will help place your catering order online based on whatever specifications you want. After the order is placed, you will get an email back from Harvest Table team in which you can go ahead and go back and forth to finalize your order details, make sure it's exactly how you want it, and then they will send you a final invoice. Once you get that final invoice, you'll upload it to that original payment request on campus groups by editing the request. Student Union will then approve it with the final invoice attached, and they'll go ahead and edit the total amount of the payment request so that it accurately reflects what's on the invoice. For off-campus catering, as I mentioned, this is going to be a little bit different depending on the restaurant you're working with. So first off, we encourage you to really research a variety of restaurants for different quotes, trying to make the most beneficial decision for your group financially and also based on dietary restrictions. So once you know exactly where you're going to order, then you can figure out how to place the order with the restaurant. This is going to look different depending on the place. So figure out whether or not you need to pay online, over the phone, via invoice, credit card, etc. The next two steps are a little bit different depending on if the restaurant will use an invoice versus if you need to pay directly online or on the phone. If the restaurant is willing to send an invoice based on the order that you want to place, then you can submit a payment request on campus groups, upload that invoice, and set up a meeting with the Student Union Treasury to pay for the invoice, very similarly to the on-campus catering process. If you need to pay on the phone or online with a credit card, you also will go to Student Union Treasury and set up a meeting, and then they will go ahead and use their P card to pay directly, again, over the phone or online, and they'll help you finalize the payment request on campus groups. Again, you'll have to figure out how to receive the order because some restaurants are going to deliver to campus, so making sure that they know exactly where they should go, whereas others you will need to pick it up. And so make sure that you're planning for how you're going to do that, who from your group is going to go ahead and pick up the order. And this is different than if you are ordering from on campus because on campus will deliver directly to your location. These are really all the details related to using food or drinks at your event on campus. Make sure you look through the handbook and also through the Student Org Resources folder for more information, and reach out to student engagement at brandeis.edu with any questions.